Russia is an incredibly diverse country that attracts attention with its cultural and natural diversity. There are ancient cities rich in history, such as Moscow and St. Petersburg, and the vast expanses of Siberia, where you can almost feel like a pioneer. The majesty of Lake Baikal, the deepest lake in the world, amazes the imagination, and the majestic Ural Mountains beckon lovers of outdoor activities. In Russia, everyone will find something to their liking, from noisy metropolises with a busy nightlife to quiet villages where you can enjoy peace and tranquility. Delicious cuisine, which combines many national traditions, and hospitality of locals make traveling in Russia unforgettable. This country is a real treasure trove of cultural treasures, from ballet and classical music to unique crafts and folk customs. Every visit to Russia is a new discovery, inspiring and leaving vivid impressions for a lifetime. There is a place where nature looks as if it has never been touched before, where mountains touch the sky, glaciers sparkle in the sunlight, and lakes are scattered like precious stones. These are the Altai Mountains, the heart of Siberia, one of the most untouched and mystical places in Russia. There are more than 7,000 lakes and about 1,400 glaciers here. The water in them is so pure that it seems as if no one has ever touched it. Some lakes are hidden in inaccessible gorges, where you may not meet a single person for weeks. Above all, this rises Belukha, the highest point of Siberia, 4,506 meters. Its summit is almost always hidden by clouds, and the locals consider it sacred. According to ancient legends, it is here that the entrance to the mythical land of Shambhala is located. But perhaps the most amazing thing is the people. In remote areas of Altai still live communities that have almost no contact with the outside world. They preserve a way of life that is hundreds of years old, speak the ancient Altai language, and believe in spirits, mountains, and the power of nature. Altai is not just mountains. It is a place where the world seems to have frozen to preserve something very important. Did you know that one lake on the planet stores a fifth of all fresh water? Not in the Amazon or Canada, but in Siberia, in the heart of Russia. It's Baikal, an amazing place where you can walk on ice as clear as glass, hear the lake sing, and feel the breath of ancient nature. Baikal is the deepest lake in the world and one of the oldest on Earth. It is more than 25 million years old. At its bottom, there is a depression deeper than the highest mountain in Europe, Mount Elbrus. The depth is 1642 meters, and if we take into account the thickness of silt, almost 8,000 meters. It's like two Everests pointing downwards. Baikal is not just a lake, it is a unique ecosystem. It is home to more than 2,500 species of living organisms, and most of them are not found anywhere else on the planet. Even the smallest bacteria are special. In winter, the lake turns into a giant crystal layer. The ice is so transparent that through it you can see the bottom at a depth of 40 meters. And when it cracks, it sounds like a voice from another world, mesmerizing and a little frightening. Baikal lives its own life, hidden from the eyes. Tectonic faults run along its bottom, and underwater earthquakes are periodically recorded in this area. It is one of the few lakes that literally breathes. Kazan is a city where East and West do not clash, but live in harmony. Here, minarets neighbor minarets and bell towers, Oriental ornaments neighbor European architecture, and the Tatar language sounds alongside Russian. This is the capital of Tatarstan and one of the most original cities in Russia. The heart of Kazan is the Kazan Kremlin, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is unlike any other Kremlin in Russia. White stone walls, towers, and mosques create a unique silhouette, especially against the backdrop of the sunset sky over the Volga. On its territory stands the Kul Sharif Mosque, one of the most beautiful and largest in the country. Its blue domes and thin minarets are visible from any point of the center. It is not just a temple, but a symbol of the revived culture and faith of the Tatar people. Kazan is a place where ancient traditions intertwine with modernity. Here you can visit an Oriental bazaar, an old Russian mansion, and an ultra-modern technopark in one day. A city that never ceases to amaze. Imagine a place where the earth suddenly comes to life. Boiling water bursts out from under your feet. The air fills with steam, and the deep, rumbling breath of the planet comes from beneath the ground. This is not a scene from a movie. This is the real Valley of Geysers in Kamchatka, one of the most powerful and rare geothermal zones in the world. For a long time, it remained hidden from human eyes. Only in 1941, scientists accidentally stumbled upon this unique valley, lost among volcanoes and wild taiga. Today, there are more than 90 active geysers bubbling here. Some of them throw out jets of water up to 30 meters high, and the temperature of steam reaches almost 100 degrees. Standing nearby, it seems that you are in the very heart of the planet. Each geyser lives its own life. Some erupt on a precise schedule, others unexpectedly, without warning. Everything around is pulsating, changing, making noise. It is a constantly moving natural laboratory. It is not easy to get here, only by helicopter, only with a guide. But if you find yourself in this place at least once, you won't be able to forget it forever. In the very west of Russia, between the Baltic Sea and the Gulf of Kerch, lies a narrow strip of land almost 100 kilometers long. This is the Curonian Spit, one of the most unusual natural formations in Europe, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In some places, the spit is only a couple of 100 meters wide, but it contains a whole world. Pine and birch forests grow here, sand dunes make noise, and more than 300 species of birds live here. And the dunes here are not just sand. Some of them reach a height of 60 meters. It is like a 5-story house made of sand. The most mysterious place is the dancing forest. The trees there seem to have lost their way. The trunks are twisted, bending into rings and spirals. Scientists still cannot explain exactly why they grow in this way. The Curonian Spit is a place where you can simultaneously hear the sound of the sea on one side and the splash of the bay on the other. Here the air is saturated with salt and pine resin, and sunsets look like living pictures. In the depths of the northern Urals, amidst endless forests and mountains, giant stone giants rise up. These are Manpupunur, 7 mysterious pillars up to 42 meters high, created by nature itself millions of years ago. Their shape is so unusual that the first impression is as if they were carved by the hands of an ancient civilization. Getting here is a real adventure. The way takes several days through the wild taiga, without roads and with changeable weather. That is why Manpupunyer is called Russia's Stonehenge, not only for its grandeur, but also for its inaccessibility. Each pillar is like a separate character. One looks like a man frozen in a jump, the other like a hooded face. Local peoples have been passing on a legend for centuries. Once giants walked here, but when they saw the sacred mountain, they froze with fear and turned into stone forever. Manpupunyer is a place of power, mystery, and silence. Standing at the foot of these stone giants, it is impossible not to feel the breath of the ancient planet. It is called the Russian Versailles, but in fact, it is unique. There are more than 170 fountains and cascades, and all of them work without a single pump. Water comes by gravity, through a system of pipes and reservoirs created back in the 16th century. This engineering miracle still fascinates specialists. The main pearl is the fountain Samson. From the mouth of the defeated lion, it throws out a jet of water to a height of up to 20 meters. At the moment when the sun hits the drops, it seems that history itself flashes before your eyes. Every corner of Peterhof is a celebration of water, light, and architecture. Here you can walk for hours along the alleys, admire the shimmering jets, and listen to the whispering of the past. Imagine a peak that rises above the clouds, glistens with glaciers even in summer, and yet once spewed lava. This is Elbrus, not just the highest point in Europe, but a dormant volcano, 5642 meters high, located in the heart of the Caucasus, in Kabardino-Balkaria. Snow never melts here. Even in July, the temperature at the top can drop to -10 degrees. And all around, only snow-white expanses and silence, which seems extraterrestrial. The highest cable car in Europe helps to get closer to the sky. It lifts tourists to the height of 3,847 meters, almost to the Ice Kingdom itself. The view from there is breathtaking. Elbrus is not just a mountain. It is a symbol, a test, and a dream for thousands of people. Every year, climbers from all over the world come here to climb to the top and see a sunrise that can't be seen anywhere else. Imagine a place where winter is not just cold, it is absolute, where a breath turns into icy vapor, and boiling water poured into the air instantly settles into snowflakes. This is Oymyakon, Yakutia, the official pole of cold, the frostiest inhabited place on the planet. A temperature of 71.2 degrees Celsius has been recorded here. This is not an Antarctic station or the summit of Mount Everest. It is a village where ordinary people live, drive cars, raise cattle, and take their children to school. And yes, classes here are canceled only if it's colder than 52. Below that, it's considered extreme. But for the locals, it's part of life, as familiar as snow in December.